Hello, Women About Biz community. This is Trina Newby, CEO and founder of Women About Biz. And I'm here today to have an up close and personal conversation with no other than life coach, Miss Pamela Boudrey. Hi, Pamela.
Hey there, Trina. How are you today?
I am doing just fine. I'm so excited that you're here with me again to talk about another serious subject, rejection.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
We're going to be sharing information on rejection today. And I'm so glad that you're here to talk about this. The last time, maybe just about a week and a half or so ago, we talked about forgiveness and we discussed how forgiveness can really hold a person from having a full life, from having an abundant life, a life where they feel free to move forward. And so we decided right then, as we talked about forgiveness, that the next topic that we would come on and talk about was rejection.
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 Yes.
So Pamela, again, let our listening audience know again who you are and what you do.
Hello, my name is Pamela Boudrey. I am a certified life coach. I help people to tap into their higher levels of consciousness so they can live the life they choose to live. So we started out last time with forgiving, because I believe at the root of all of our issues that there is some unforgiveness there. So Trina and I, we were excited to come on and talk about unforgiving, and how we need to forgive people in order for us to live the life we want to live, and that is to live the best life. So then from there, we also felt like we had we realized that there's some forgiveness from rejection. When we feel rejected in our lives, sometimes that can stem over into, how we live our life as well. So it kind of goes hand in hand. Sometimes we can feel like we're being rejected for some reason or whatever our reason it is, and we don't know how to bounce back from it. So
absolutely,
we decided.
Absolutely. Pam, as women, we really like to talk about happy topics, right?
Yes,
we want to talk about a lot of things. Let's get on. If you're in business, let's get on with showing me the blueprint to making money. But at the end of the day, there are topics such as forgiveness, such as fear, such as rejection, which is what we're going to discuss today, that really need to be addressed, right? And so I'm excited that we're talking about rejection. And so for those of you that have just joined this stream, I'm Trina Newby with Women About Biz, and I have with me and my guest who's going to do some up close and personal conversation, Miss Pamela Boudrey, who is a life coach. And today together, we're going to be talking about rejection. So Pamela, exactly what is rejection?
Well, to me, Trina, rejection is when someone pushes you away, when they don't accept you, when you are feeling refused from something or someone. And at the end of the day, when we get told that big fat two-letter word, no. So rejection makes us feel all kind of ways. And I have dealt with rejection as a little girl. So especially with being chocolate, I used to feel that all the time. And so as growing up, I used to be color struck. I used to like light skin. So I remember being told one time that, well, you're the only dark skinned girl that I've ever dated. Like that was supposed to be an honor or whatever. But so along my journey, I felt some rejection just from this color of my skin, but I have grown in my early 20s to appreciate the color of my skin and to embrace it.
Absolutely.
Because
You're beautiful.
Yes, thank you. So God created all of us perfectly in his image, and he did not make any mistakes. So
no mistakes.
I had to embrace that.
Absolutely.
So that's
well, you talked about that two-letter word, how no to a lot of people is a huge rejection. And for those of you who are business women, listen up, because this rejection, this word rejection happening in your personal life could be a reason why you have an issue from the business side. You know, Pamela, one of the things that questions I get from women in reference to business ideas, business opportunities, they say, am I gonna have to sell anything? Because a lot of the times women equate having to sell something with the word no.
Exactly.
And they don't want to be rejected. They don't want to be told no. So they say the question, am I going to have to sell anything? Because if I have to sell anything, and so listen up, all of you women who are in business, you really need to have your aha moment right now.
Yes.
If you are in business, if you are a solopreneur, a entrepreneur, a mompreneur, if you are a homepreneur, listen up. If you are selling a service, if you are offering a service or a product in exchange for money, meaning you are selling a product or a service, you are in the business of sales, okay? And yes. I don't know any business, whether it's a service business or whether it is a product business. I don't know any business where some facet of the process of sales has to take place. And so if you are fearful of being rejected, of hearing that word no, on the business side, you've got to get some thick skin. And you've got to understand that no on the business side doesn't mean no. However, Pam, let's go back over there to the personal side and deal with that. So on the personal side, what are some of the things that women experience, and what are some of the symptoms and the consequences of feeling rejected? What happens in a woman's life when she's rejected on the personal side?
Well, you know, Trina, as I was studying on rejection, you know, it comes in all sorts of forms, like, you know, especially when you were a kid, it could come from your parents, you know, especially when you go to school as kids, you know, kids can be real cruel, you know, they may not want to play with you today. You just want to, you know, so that's rejection there on a child level. And then you go to high school, and then now you see this little boy that you like, and then you get rejected because he doesn't like you or whatever, or vice versa for the guys too. They get rejected by the women. And but at the end of the day, you have to affirm yourself, you know, and your parents should be affirming the kids as well. So if we are out there, we're not affirming our kids and letting them know how proud we are of them and how handsome or beautiful they are as young ladies and men, then, you know, we have to begin to do that, because it starts at home. And so when it starts at home with you affirming your kids, then that's kind of giving them, I won't say kind of, but it's giving them some self-esteem. Because if they don't come away from the home feeling that they are on top of the world, where they're handsome, they're smart, intelligent, beautiful women, you know, then it kind of sets them up for now when they go to school, they're feeling rejected. And when they're feeling rejected, they don't know how to deal with it. So, but when you affirming them at home, and then someone tells them something, then when the kids come back and tell you something else, then you say, well, baby, you know what mom told you. You are a beautiful young lady. You know, you're a smart young lady. So you don't allow anyone to tell you anything different. You know, and then you say it to yourself. You got to affirm it to yourself when we become adults. So I had to learn to embrace my color. I had to learn to embrace who I am as an individual, good, bad, and indifferent. And so once you start learning who you are, sometimes when we look in the mirror as women, we don't like what we see. But it's okay. We reject ourselves sometimes because we don't like what we see. But if we can embrace us and start loving on ourselves, then when we get rejection from someone else, knowing that we are a kind person, a good person. Now, if you feel that you're not, then those are things, that areas in your life that you need to work on.
Yes.
You know, we all have something.
Yes, we do. We all have something. And all of us as human beings have been rejected. Yes. All of us have been told no, whether you have, you know, that word rejected sounds like so cruel, like you're rejected. But there's some softer sides of the definition of rejection, you know. And, you know, when parents tell their child, no, we're rejecting your request. No, you cannot go and stay the weekend. or no, you cannot do this. Rejection makes people angry. Have you ever taken a milk bottle away from a baby? And that baby is so angry at you. And you say, no, you're drinking too much milk, or no, you can't have any more of this juice, too much. Give mama the bottle. If you take that bottle away, you have hell to pay. With that baby. they get really super angry with you. And I mean, you take that example and you put it into a teenager's life, a young woman's life where she has been rejected. There are some triggers and some things that could happen in her life that carry on into her adult life. There's a dark side and a negative side that can happen in a person's personal life that about rejection that can cause some really dangerous things to occur in their adult life. You take a young lady who is really, you know, liking a young man, and he rejects her, and yet he's chosen someone else. There have been stories of her retaliating against the woman that he's chosen and doing really crazy stuff, right? Yes. And so that kind of thing, or a teacher in school said, no, you can't be in this club because your grades are not where they need to be, or you can't play this sport because your grades are not where you want to be. And they don't understand that it's in their best interest, but they get very angry. And so all of that has to do with the mental makeup of that child or that person. But then some children can get rejected and they go inward. And they punish their own selves. They punish their own selves, and they begin to get depressed. They begin to get stressed. They begin to get shy. And that's why I always say mothers are responsible for giving their daughters their self-esteem. And a lot of people don't necessarily agree with that, but I believe it to be so. I think a mother has a huge responsibility to make sure that she understands peer pressure and what their children go through with peer pressure. And then she needs to also understand how to balance the needs and wants of their children so that their children don't feel set apart, which is so very, very important. And, you know, a lot of moms can't afford expensive clothes, right? But we can all go to TJ Maxx and Marshall and other discount stores, and we can all help our children to gain their own identity without breaking the bank. That's true. But I think just fussing at our kids and saying, no, you're going to wear what I tell you to wear. I think a mother doesn't necessarily understand the peer pressure that goes on in school. So ladies, we need to be aware of that peer pressure. We need to make sure that our daughters feel beautiful. And that if they do have some self-esteem issues, it should never come from home. It should never be because mom isn't spending time enough with her, mom isn't making her feel beautiful. Not only helping her to feel beautiful, but mom is actually helping her physically to feel beautiful by making sure that she is doing some self-care. That she's being taught how to do self-care, from her hair to the clothes, taking care of her clothes, her skin, and helping her to feel beautiful, which is so important. So that's why I do love it when I see little girls in the hair salon and in the nail salon with their moms, and they're getting their nails done. Yes, it can get a little pricey sometimes. However, it's an important part of self-esteem.
Yes, it is.
Very, very key. What are some of the things that can pour out into a woman's personal life as an adult, I guess, as a result of rejection? What are some of the personal things that can happen?
Some of the things as an adult, when we start feeling rejection, of course, it triggers low self-esteem. So you have lack of confidence. you know, in yourself. And you don't know how to embrace other women who does have confidence.
Yes.
You know, so you have a little jealousy that might play into that. You know what I mean? Where women can be jealous because they feel like that you have the confidence, and because they lack it, then they feel some type of way. But at the same time, you know, to affirm yourself, if your parent, your mom did not affirm you as a woman, you know, that's where you could look into the scriptures. And I can't, I could quote it, just can't find it right now, but where it talks about how God created us in his own image and how we are wonderfully made in his image. That's number one. That right there speaks volumes that God created us, right? And that we are beautiful and we are made in his image. And he made
absolutely,
no matter what we look like, you know. So I just thank God that I have a personal relationship, and then they can start there. Just start having that personal relationship with God and let him, you know, pour into you what it is or how you are as his daughter and how he loved you, that he gave his only begotten son to die on the cross just for you and me and everyone else. So, you know, you deal with depression, as you were saying. So a lot of women can go into a cocoon, you know, and don't know how to come out and be that beautiful butterfly that God has created us to be. And I had that experience when I was married. The first time I felt like I was in a cocoon. And because I wasn't being fed a lot of positive things from my first husband, I started to believe what he said. And a lot of women are in relationships and marriages now where their husband don't speak life to them. You know, don't speak life. And some people, because I've been there, I could see it. Trina, I could see it in their eyes. Your eyes speaks.
It speaks
so
volumes.
It does. Without, you can sit and have a smile on your face and say that everything is great at home, but your eyes is sad. You know, your eyes tell the story.
They do.
And so a lot of us as women, we take on that, and then we think something is wrong because we didn't get it from home. Now we're married to someone who is saying the same, you know, not affirming us as well as women. So at some point it has to stop. You know, you have to start affirming yourself, looking yourself in the mirror and say that you are a good woman. You are a good mother. You know, you are a good friend. You are a great co-worker.
Exactly. You are a good businesswoman.
Yes, a great businesswoman.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I want to talk about this from the business perspective again. So we've gone over on the personal side, and we have discussed and we have talked about how rejection can impact your life. And I think on the business side, I have a lot of clients all the time that say to me, you know, I don't know why I'm not generating an income because this is a service or product that's in demand, but it looks like every time I try to, you know, share the business opportunity, or every time I try to share the product, or every time I try to share the service, everybody keeps saying no to me. And I just don't think I'm cut out to be an entrepreneur. I just don't think I'm cut out for this. I'm just not ready for this, you know. And people want to give up so easily. They want to give up. And so for those of you who are in business, I want to say that, number one, you never give up. I think you really have to understand is that if you are truly interested in being a successful businesswoman, an entrepreneur, one of the first things you do have to work on, again, is mindset.
Yes.
You have to work on mindset because it's everything. And believing in yourself, having that unshakable faith, so deeply rooted that it just causes you to take all of the action that's necessary. Believing in yourself and taking that action is going to be key. And so often women start their businesses, and here we go with my favorite little word, gunk. Women start their businesses with so much gunk in the back room that they have not cleaned out yet. as business women. And then when they come to a part of business where they've got to implement their marketing and their sales and really learn how to talk with people and develop their presentation and understand the system of selling, they freeze up and they stop, and they don't either want to have anything to do with it, or they'll stay in business for years without really, really tapping into their true potential. They'll have some sales, but it'll be the easy sales. People that have a certain personality that just say yes, or someone that wants to help you out. Aunt Betty wants to buy 3 products from you or what have you, but they're really not closing those sales where people are interested in it, but they're waiting for you to close the sale with them. Yes. And so we have to stop, from a business perspective, we have to stop looking at the word no as no, because people come from all walks of life.
That's true.
And in addition from them coming from all walks of life, they're at different stages in their life when you're approaching them about your service or your product. So depending on the mood, where they are when you're talking to them about your product or your service, they may say no, but it doesn't mean no forever. That's true. That's why it's so important for you to understand the process of sales. But also, if you have a fear of talking to people about sales because you have had a lot of experience with rejection, this is when, on the personal side, you really have to go back and you have to work with somebody like Pamela, who can help you work through your rejection issues, because sometimes you have to go back and you have to write on a piece of paper, what happened to me in my elementary years, what happened to me in my junior high years, my high school years. You have to back it all the way back. What happened to me as a kid between my parents? Why is it that I am so fearful of that word no? Yes. And why does it make me so angry? Why do I get upset about it? Or why does it cause me to want to back away and forget my dreams and my goals because I don't like that word? So you have to understand, ladies, that both on the personal side and on the business side, rejection is real, it's there. Yes. And if we don't start embracing it as women, we're not going to reach the level of success, not either on the life side or on the business side. We're not going to reach that level of success. One of the things I am excited about is that I have met such a person as Pamela, who is ready and willing to tackle those hard issues that we deal with. Forgiveness, fear, rejection, all of those things that we tend to deal with. Pamela has shared with me that she's had experiences and she had to work her way through all of those things. I have had experience with fear, with rejection, with forgiveness, all of those things, and have had to work our way through it. And so we're here today to tell you that, listen, while we need to be about solutions and moving forward in our businesses, there are certain times in our lives that we are hindered and we're unsure of why we can't move forward in our life or why we can't move forward in our business. And as women, it's time for us to start discovering and going on a journey to find out why. And what Pamela and I are doing is just bringing up a few issues that we know that we and women, as women, have in common. Now, I'm excited to be speaking at an upcoming event that Pamela has, which is the Marked Women's Conference. Pam, tell us about that conference and what they will experience at that event.
Well, the conference is called Marked Women Empowerment Conference, and we're setting out to empower the women who's been marked, who's been scored, who's been wounded, who's been disappointed, who had some issues in their lives. And it sounds like all of us.
Yes, we all of us have at some point. Yeah, definitely.
At some point, we all have experienced some part of it, but some of us don't know how to move past it. Some of us will, as Trina said earlier, we don't want to deal with the deep part of life, which is that. We want to wear the red bottoms, the suit, the Gucci. We want to put the best makeup on and the best weave, but we don't want to deal with what's on the inside. We can look great on the outside, but the inside is what's jacked up. So we're here to help get the inside together. So your inside, right, can match
your outside
appearance.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And you know, one thing that I think is important is there may be some people looking at this saying, well, no, I don't need to go to that kind of conference because I'm good like I am. I'm doing well. There's nothing wrong with me. But I think that's the lie we tell to ourselves, because there's not a person. If you're human, you've had trials. If you're human, you've been rejected. If you're human, you've had issues of not forgiving someone or someone not forgiving you, right? If you're human, you've experienced fear. It's impossible to live on this earth and not have experienced those things. Forgiveness, fear, rejection. It's impossible, right? Every day we have a new walk in life, and every day at some point in the day, there's some part of our life where we may experience certain things, certain triggers that occur that cause us to hinder ourselves and prevent us from moving forward in a way that we would want to in life. And so what I want to encourage all of you who are looking at this up close and personal discussion that we're having on rejection, I want you to understand that the Marked Women's Conference, and that's MARKED, the Marked Women's Conference is something that I'm excited to be speaking at. It's all about really just identifying what holds you back and how you need to move forward through God, through Christ, how you can move forward to have a more abundant life, both personally and professionally,
Professionally.
Right? Exactly. And if you open your heart, this may be a day that you have some serious breakthroughs. Now bring your box of Kleenex, because you know when we get together, we're gonna get a little emotional. We're gonna share a few tears there. You know, bring your Kleenex, right? But it's a day of renewal. It's a day to say, you know what, before 2020 comes, I need to go to something like this. And I need to be renewed, refreshed. And I need to be around women who are not scared to admit that they have some hangups, or there may be some issues as to why I'm not, more successful in my business, or why my personal life has not taken the turn that I wanted it to. But I'm willing to work on me.
That's right.
I'm willing to work on me, and I'm willing to develop the type of belief in myself that's going to compel me to take swift and immediate action in all my dreams and goals that God has in store for me, right?
That's right.
And so, Pamela, give them the date again and where the conference is going to be.
It is going to be September 14th from 9 to 3 at the Allen Institute, Entrepreneurial Institute place right there at 7310 Stone Course Drive in Stone Mountain.
So that's 7310
in Lithonia.
7310 Concourse Drive in Lithonia, Georgia, close to Stone, right in the Stonecrest Mall center area, actually, right?
Yes.
And how can they learn more about it, Pamela?
They can go to www.pamelaboudrey.com, PamelaBoudrey.com, or they can go to Eventbrite and look up Marked Women, and you can get registered there. You have to register at least by the 10th. I have to give my final count. It is where you receive breakfast as well as lunch, as well as all of the meat that we're going to bring to you.
Okay, so that's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I have a table. I want to be making sure that us as Women About Biz members not only support the event, but I need support. I'm going to be speaking, and I want to look out in the crowd and see you beautiful women who participate in the Women About Biz community, right? So to give you a special incentive, I have a special discount for you. If you direct message me and tell me that you're interested in going to this event, direct message me. I have a special discount just for you. Now, it's only available for 10 women. I'm increasing it to 10 women, but we already have sold out seats for Women About Biz, 6 of the 10 that we want to come. So you need to hurry up. Don't procrastinate. Let me know. Direct message me and say, hey, Trina, I'm interested in attending this event with you, and let me know. And I have some other special bonuses for those of you who attend this event. I have a very special live webinar coming up on Monday, the 16th, entitled Endless Referrals, Getting More Clients. And this is quite incredible. On Successful Woman Radio last month and this month, we have been covering the book club book of the month, Endless Referrals by Bob Berg. And we've been talking about what needs to occur with referrals and networking and getting people to refer others to you. So this webinar, what I'm going to show you is how in the last 60 plus days, I have had over 100 referrals. And referrals is just not somebody referring. It can be a referral from a website, a lead page. It could be referrals from individuals. But I'm going to take you by the hand, and I'm going to show you what I have done to generate that many referrals, right? And then I'm going to go further and walk you through a step-by-step system of exactly how to close the sale, how not to be fearful of rejection, but how to have a system in place that allows you to close the sale. And you're going to learn all of that from me on Monday, the 16th. And if you're not able to make it, you will get a copy of the recording of that webinar. So that's $199 value. Plus, you're going to get a special deep discount from Women About Biz to attend. All you need to do is direct message me in Facebook, and I'll make sure that you get that deep discount. So with that said, I want to see some of your beautiful faces out there in the audience as I present and others present. And as we have a wonderful up close, personal, intimate day with us women together, the March Women's Conference, Saturday, September 14th from 9 to 3. And I hope that you guys have received what we have been talking about in reference to rejection and that 2-letter word, no, how it can impact your life on the personal side, and how it can also come on over to the business side and impact your life as well. And you may not even understand why you're having such issues with closing the sale, with making things happen in your business, because you may never have really just sat down with yourself and say, let me dig and diagnose and look at what has happened on my personal side that's causing me to be fearful of sales, or fearful of those 2 words, or what has caused me not to have a productive relationship, romantic relationship with someone, what's caused me not to have that, or what's caused me to stray away from dating overall, or what's caused me to not have a good relationship with people in general. So again, this is going to be an awesome conference. It's not a conference to make you feel low, like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with me. No, but basically all this conference is about is that if you're a human being, we all go through things, but through Christ, we can do all things. And we can live and create abundant lives. But how do we get there if we don't ever talk about it, and if we don't ever embrace one another as women and say, yes, we're dealing with these things. Let us bond together to heal, and heal quickly, right? Absolutely. Right. So I hope to see some of you guys there. Pamela, please close us out with your words of wisdom.
Well, I just want to say, to piggyback off of Katrina, is that we definitely have to surround ourselves with other positive women. Yes. We have to pray our way and push our way through, and do not give up. And, when you send out, just an example, when you send out for those who may have been married or just have a party or whatever, you send out maybe 100 invitations. Out of that 100 invitations, you're probably only going to receive probably 50% of that back, for a wedding. So just look at it like that. When you ask 100 people, for whatever it is that you want to sell, just know that you're going to get at least probably 80 no's, you know what I mean? Or whatever. But you got 20 out there. So you have to wait to get to it. So don't allow the fear of rejection to stop you from being able to get to those 20 people. You may have to go through. Yeah. So with that being said, just pray your way through, push your way through. Do not give up. Knowing your self-worth, first of all, and be grateful.
Be grateful.
And surround yourself with some positive people to realize, or for you to realize and recognize that you are great.
You are great. Absolutely.
You are great.
You're great, Pamela. You're great.
Yeah. Thank you. So are you. So
Thank you.
And that's putting, two great women together.
Yes.
To help other women. Not that they're not already great, but just to help you to push past what it is.
Yes. Absolutely. And I know at the conference there's going to be worksheets. There's going to be handouts. We're going to be so blessed by all of the speakers. We're gonna be blessed by Pamela herself as she gives her presentation. We're gonna be blessed because there's gonna be women there that you can network with.
Yes.
So we're excited, and I'm excited to see all of you there. And again, the March Women's Conference, Saturday, September 14th. And today we have been up close and personal, talking with you about rejection and why you should never, ever have to feel rejection again. Why? It's just a word. It's just a word. It's just a word. And you are who you say you are. And your success is what you say it is. Praise be to God. Absolutely. Amen. Take care, everybody. We look forward to coming back to you with another Up Close and Personal. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.